Howdy freelancers! So yesterday BioWare held their first livestream in over a month. In it they discussed what we've all been waiting for, the Cataclysm. They did a penny stop tour of everything that's going to be part of the Cataclysm, the different gameplay mechanics and themes, and they also talked about Anthem's immediate future. In this video I just wanted to talk about my personal highlights from the stream. I took notes throughout and I always like listening to what people found interesting from these things because sometimes you miss a lot yourself. Just for transparency, not all my highlights are going to be directly related to the Cataclysm because a lot of stuff was covered in this stream. So here goes, my personal highlights from the Anthem Cataclysm stream. My first highlight from the stream was the Cataclysm itself. This is a brand new time-limited event that has clearly had a lot of thought put into it. We don't have a definitive start date for the event yet, but what we do know is that there will be 2 weeks of pre-event content leading up to it. Once those 2 weeks are over, the actual Cataclysm itself will last for 6 weeks. I think whoever wrote the notes for the stream slides was a little bit confused because the actual text said 8 weeks, but Ben Irving repeatedly said that it was going to be a 6-week event, so that's what I'm going with. The Cataclysm is bringing new story, missions and a hell of a lot of gameplay to Anthem. The story involves a new faction of the Dominion led by Vara, the Cataclysm's boss, and freelancers will be heading into the Cataclysm to take Vara down, but there are also lots of arenas and secrets to take on as well. Freelancers will gain a score throughout their time in the Cataclysm and that will affect the reward they receive afterwards. The score can be increased by taking on more arenas, unlocking hidden challenges, and generally being awesome before you take down Vara. A time limit on each run of the Cataclysm means that we'll be trying to find the most optimal route, but even that is going to be a challenge. Every week the Cataclysm's arenas will change, new hidden missions will unlock, and the optimal route will be altered. This is going to be 6 weeks of crazy for everyone attempting to hit the top of the leaderboards for the event, and 6 weeks of brand new gameplay for everyone that's at end game level. My second highlight is the fact that there will be a new event-specific vendor for the Cataclysm. By completing Cataclysm runs, freelancers earn a special currency that can be used with this new vendor to buy event-specific gear and cosmetics. As someone who loves to collect time-limited items, this is right up my street. My hope is that the vendor will be tied into the Cataclysm in some way by law, rather than them just appearing at Fort Tarsis for no reason. This should add more depth to Anthem in a way that most MMOs struggle with. My third highlight is the new loot that's coming to Anthem. This is something that the community has been gagging for and it's finally here. I'm not sure if the new loot will drop with an update before the Cataclysm or with the Cataclysm itself, but it's exciting nonetheless. The new loot includes brand new weapon types, new Masterwork gear, Masterwork and Legendary support gear, and an equipable melee slot. All new items will drop at a higher level than the current level cap, so in order to progress further than you are now, the Cataclysm is going to be where you need to go. This new melee slot is actually my fourth highlight from the stream. Initially I thought we were getting interchangeable melee weapon types, but that's not what it's for. What's actually coming is the ability to earn new melee weapons with different inscriptions, allowing us to min-max everything about our javelins. I do still hold out hope for different melee weapon types one day, but that's not coming right now. My fifth highlight is the PC Public Test Server, or PTS, for the Cataclysm. This isn't something I'll be able to access myself, but it's a good sign that BioWare is putting the community first. The Cataclysm we saw was missing a lot of stuff like weather effects and had a lot more placeholders than anything else. BioWare's intention is to build all of this up alongside player feedback from the PTS. News of when the PTS will go live and how it will work is on the way, but for now, just the knowledge that BioWare is putting the community in charge of what is fun for the Cataclysm is pretty impressive, and it shows some serious growth on the company's part. My sixth highlight from the stream was news that Anthem will actually be at EA Play 2019, which is EA's E3 event. A rumour based on a schedule EA released earlier in the week suggested that the lack of Anthem's name meant that it wasn't going to be at E3. That isn't the case though. We now know that Anthem is going to be at E3, and some very serious gameplay testers will be there trying out the core game and the PTS to provide feedback to BioWare developers. The game and PTS will also be available to the public on the public days of E3, so if you've got a ticket and you're heading there and you like Anthem, you should definitely check it out. My seventh highlight is actually Vara herself, at least I'm pretty sure it's a woman. This boss was shown off for a brief period of time during the stream, and she seems to have a lot going on. It looks like she's wearing a brand new type of javelin, one that has a lot of tentacles and flaily bits going on. Apparently Vara's gameplay mechanics and systems aren't finalised yet. This is something BioWare want to work on alongside the community, so we're going to see her slowly evolve over the coming weeks until the Cataclysm hits. I could go on forever with highlights, but I'll stop with my eighth. This final highlight for me was the fact that Ben Irving was back in the stream alongside Jesse Anderson. I really like Jesse, I think he does a great job, and I think his attempts to have some fun come across to those negative members of the community as clumsy because they just hate everything. Ben Irving was reportedly moved over to work on Dragon Age 4, not a bad thing at all, but now we see him in another Anthem stream, and I wonder if he's back for the community or because of the flack that Jesse's been getting. Ben Irving has been a big part of Anthem since these streams began, and he's a really engaging person to watch. He gets the point across on pretty much everything and is extremely coherent and also super fun to see on stream. If Ben has moved back to Anthem as a project, I feel bad for Dragon Age 4, but I'm also excited to see what this means for Anthem's future. Just to wrap things up here, freelancers, because I really could talk about this stream forever, the Cataclysm is a good first step for Anthem in the right direction. Some people are still saying the event looks meh, a hyper-descriptive word that means I can't think of a good word to say, so I'll add this in the title of my clickbait article. Please go and watch the stream. I'll provide a link in the description, because you need to judge this for yourself. The Cataclysm is a big event, like nothing else out there in most MMOs, because it's solely PvE based. This is where Anthem is going to set itself aside from Destiny and Warframe and really come into its own. I'll be doing a write-up on the stream over the course of the next couple of days, so if this video is a few days old, look in the description and see if there's a link. I'm also going to cover each of the aspects of this live stream in way more detail in the future, in articles and videos. I think there's a lot to unpack here, and we shouldn't ignore even the tiniest details at the moment. Please do subscribe if you enjoyed the video, it really helps out freelancers. I'll see you beyond the wall.